Albert Einstein, the man who figured out how the entire universe works. Time, space, gravity. This guy had answers to questions most people didn't even know to ask. Now, you'd think a guy like that would wake up every morning feeling pretty good about himself, right? No. One day, he pulls a friend aside and says, "The exaggerated esteem in which my life work is held makes me very ill at ease. I feel compelled to think of myself as an involuntary swindler." Einstein called himself a swindler. The man has a Nobel Prize, his equations on every chalkboard, and his own haircut named after him. And he genuinely thought he was fooling everyone. Now, here's where it gets weird. Barry Barish, also a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, once admitted, "How could they give me the same prize they gave Einstein?" But Einstein also felt the same way about Newton, as he looked up to him. But Isaac Newton, the guy who invented calculus and discovered gravity, suffered from anxiety and depression when his work was celebrated, questioning whether he truly deserved the recognition. So we've got Newton doubting himself, Einstein looking up to Newton and doubting himself, Barish looking up to Einstein and doubting himself, a chain of geniuses, all quietly convinced they were the fraud in the room. So if the greatest minds in human history felt like they were faking it, you'd think this is rare, right? Some quirk only geniuses deal with? Nope. 70% of people have felt this at some point. Regular people, successful people, and there's actually a name for it. Yes, imposter syndrome. You've probably felt this before. You're sitting in a classroom, or a meeting, or a group chat. Everyone is throwing around smart ideas. Everyone sounds confident, and you're sitting there thinking, wait, how did I get in here? When will they realize I have no idea what I'm doing? Even if you actually know your stuff, yeah, that's imposter syndrome, aka you're doing great, but your brain disagrees. This happens a lot with creative work too. You post something online, art, a video, an essay, whatever, and people comment, "Wow, this is brilliant. You're really talented." But your brain goes, "They're just being nice." The algorithm glitched. It's like your confidence is basically stuck on airplane mode. Even experts feel it. Doctors, scientists, professors, people with literal PhDs. They walk into conferences thinking, everyone here is smarter than me. And here's the ironic part. Imposter syndrome often affects the people who take their work seriously. They care about getting things right. And that responsibility makes them question themselves more than people who barely think about it. So what's the takeaway here? Einstein? Fraud. Newton? Fraud. Barry Barish? Fraud. Basically everyone you've ever looked up to quietly panicking on the inside. And you thought you were the only one. Look, the feeling never fully goes away. Even winning a Nobel Prize doesn't fix it. Barish proved that. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The people who feel like frauds the most are usually the ones doing the most real work. The ones who never doubt themselves? We made a whole other video about them. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Go watch it. But you, sitting here wondering if you're good enough, you're in pretty good company. Einstein-level company. So maybe just keep going.